So let's start with and the sustainability. So we have seen issues related to environment and sustainability have grown in relevance and must be accounted for when designing supply chain strategy. In some instances, regulation and has been driving changes. In others, change has been driven by the perception of lack of sustainability as a risk factor. For example, the Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment WEEE and restrictions of hazardous substances RoHS directives from European Union forced cell phone manufacturers to rethink their design and sourcing strategy. Starbucks, in contrast, was forced to focus on local sustainability of its supply sources because a supply failure, especially for higher quality coffee, would have significantly affected its ability to grow. The company developed sourcing guidelines to ensure that the product and produced coffee met environmental and social performance criteria at each stage of the supply chain. Environmental issues represent a tremendous opportunity to firms that can often add value to customers and lower their own cost along this dimension. For example, these issues also represent a major challenge because some of the greatest opportunities require coordinations across different members of the supply chain. To be successful, firms will need to design a strategy that engages the entire supply chain to identify and address opportunities for improved sustainability. Many challenges such as risk rising product variety and shorter product life cycle have made it increasingly difficult for supply chain to achieve strategic fit. Overcoming these challenges offers a tremendous opportunity for firms to use supply chain management to gain competitive advantage. Now let's talk about achieving that and maintain strategic fit in emerging retail markets, the Indian scenario. So the Indian retail industry, it is estimated at around 600 billion. It grows and grows and grows, and it actually present a kaleidoscopic view of the emerging formats to meet the changing demands and expectation of different customer segment with their distinct needs, which are now becoming the driving force in the entire realignment process. The unorganized sector controlling over 95% of the retail business in the country and serving the vast majority of Indian consumers in a somewhat undifferentiated manner is now being turned on its head and is in a state of flux. The twin pressures of competing with the organized sector and embracing e-commerce practices present an opportunity for the prospective and the progressive among the business with a long-term vision to identify the strength, redefining their business strategies and chalk out their course of action for the future to achieve some form and measure of strategy between different business strategies and their supply chain strategies as a foundation for long term survivability and growth. The Indian middle class, estimated at about 300 million, is the main focus point of emerging organized retail sector. It is by no means a homogeneous entity ready to embrace one single retail format. It is a diverse it is as diverse as the country itself and therefore offers various options to the aspirants of the market share. There is room for several formats to coexist and grow in parallel till organized retailing and e-commerce secure large enough a share of the total market. When inter-format competition may become relevant, in the meantime, several supply chain models will evolve and get tested in the Indian environment. Like after COVID, also there will be a hell lot of changes. In this context, the Walmart Bharti Combine, which presents the prospect of an end-to-end efficient supply chain to implement the business strategy of low price leadership along the lines of Walmart's everyday low price model, experienced roadblocks in India and resulted in their breakup. But you know that now we have a Flipkart and Walmart merger after the BJP government has been in place, and there is been a lot of improvement going on in that particular sector. The strategic mismatch between strength and capabilities of the partners resulted in their decision to separate, with Walmart deciding to concentrate on cash and carry best practices modern wholesale operations and Bharti focus on retail distribution through its network of Easy Day stores. This may, however, not be end of transformation, and we may yet see newer arrangements evolving as the FDI policies of the government of India retailing the retail industry unravel and stabilize. So this is has already been done. Now let's talk about Reliance Retail, the other major player in the field, which has been grown a lot. So we have seen that it has chosen road to grow in food retailing lies in the establishing link between farmers and through contact farming, moving the produce to its cold storage and water houses in its own transport for further distribution through retail outlets. For consumer durables, Reliance has likewise chosen to enter into contract with leading manufacturers and market their products through a nationwide chain of wide variety of stores reaching out to about 800 to 1200 cities and towns throughout the country. The company is now reported to be set to launch its e-commerce portal, which it's already launched now. You know the GeoMart has been in place, and the emerging pattern was seemed to be an attempt to replicate the Walmart model to combine both offline and online sale while adhering to the competitive strategy of low leadership. But these models would therefore seem to be basically follow the volume route to success and growth. According to the latest figures available, we should not see it is a figure I am talking about is about 2006, I guess. So now it is more than that. Shopper Stop, if you see an early trend in the Indian retail sector, seem to be prefer targeting high-end customers in a limited number of cities. It was focusing more on value than on volumes to maximize returns for limited retail space and using prime locations for generating returns commensurate with investment has also had a rethink. This trend is evidenced in its recent move to substantially increase its stakes in its subsidiary Hypercity to attract larger clientele and capture a higher share of the market. There are others who believe that businesses cannot begin to target high value customers unless they first establish a market presence and capture reasonable share of business through the volume route. There is thus a need to start with an efficient supply chain and then switch to a focused or innovative supply chain as the brand images are built across the product range and across different customer segments. Continual realignment of the supply chain strategy with business strategy would be indicated in such cases. And finally, there are those who had advocates a situational approach to the market, maintaining a proper balance between the routes, applying the differential practices to different products and customer segments depending upon the product life cycle and customer needs. The advent of organized retailing in the country, its projected exponential growth, the entry of the major foreign players in the field, and increasing aware and discerning customer base are bound to usher in the best practices in the field of supply chain. All in all, a great transformation process is unfolding in India, and the retailing sector will possibly bring home all important lessons that businesses cannot hope to succeed in this highly competitive environment unless they can align their supply chain strategies with their business strategies and remain aware of the need for continual mid-courses corrections. Thank you. Let's talk about some experience tomorrow. For today, that's it from my side. Please stay in touch. Have a nice